Lights up. Mics up. Let's get these likes up. Guys, good evening. Happy Wednesday. All that, this, that, and the third. I hope we are coming in loud and clear. I hope we are coming in loud and clear. I just want to talk to you guys tonight. I just want to talk to you guys tonight. Smoke with me. What's good? I just want to talk to you guys tonight. This just between me and you. All right? This conversation is not for the world at large. This is for insiders only. This is for the replay gang. This is for the crew. Just me and you, guys. Big Heck in the building. Smoke with me. This just me and you, guys. You got the lyrics perfect, my G. Perfect. Mike Lyons, Toy. Listen, guys, I just want to talk. Sometimes I just want to talk. Kirby, Chris Man, Morty, Ryan. Let's see what happens tonight. I just want to talk. Andy Pandy Pie, Pseudo Cute Nerd Sassy, Mary Brown Tizzy, Bayuku. I know I butchered that. Bay Area Shad. Listen, I just want to talk to you guys for a minute. Super Rich Games running the jewels already. Sending jewels. I appreciate any and all jewels we got tonight. Pseudo Cute Nerd running jewels. Anime profile picture. Guys, listen, I just want to talk to you tonight. Some nights I just want to kick it with you. Low key. Corey Lewis. Gang, I'm triggered. If you see the title of this, I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain why this video is titled as such. Neen and her feels in the building. God Complex Music. Becky McBath. Corey Lewis dropping them jewels. I appreciate you. Gang, I'm triggered. I am triggered. Right? I want to talk about this because as much as I try to get out, they pull me back in and I'm back in. Right? Mike Lyons say, how was the beach? Beach was good. It's just too much seaweed. I got to go back when there's not so much seaweed. All right? We ain't stayed a full time. Just too much seaweed. But guys, I want to talk to you. I want to get into it. This ain't for the whole world at large. This just for me and you. Tamila, what's good? Everybody not going to get this one, but that's okay. This for me and you. We on the same page. We here. We see eye to eye. A alike, B alike, right? Water in my cup. Guys, I'm low-key triggered. This is why this video is being done right here. And I want to talk about it. I try to be peaceful, guys. I try to mind my business sometimes, low-key. I don't know. So what? So let me just start at the start. Right? I got fame in the building. Let me start at the start. Toy said, pay that toll, hit that like. So what's going on with me is a few months ago. So I tend to say things in a certain kind of way that will get a lot of traction on Twitter. It's called trolling, gang. Sometimes I do troll, right? Here and there. Sometimes I'll say something about the bubble bath rapper. Won't even say the bubble bath rapper's name. Viral, right? This is just where it's at. 100,000 views, 200,000 views. Some of the stuff get 500,000 every now and then. But the last time I did it, gang, I said, you know what? It gets too much. They got it's an awful price to pay when it happens. You get these short bus fans coming out of nowhere, coming at you, your character, your family in some cases, gang. And after a while, you feel sticky and slimy, and you don't want that kind of energy on you. You got to sage your house, sage your workspace, because they come through your computer with all kind of nasty thoughts and intentions. So I have to kind of shake it off, in the words of Taylor Swift, right? So when I did the last one, gang, I said, you know what? It's too much. It's too many. I got to mute the conversations because they get so, like I said, they short bus, gang. Not to offend nobody, but they short bus. They short bus. So they say the most negative things, gang. And the last one, I've heard it 100 times, but they said it again. I hope your cancer come back, right? I told you that the guy said, oh, I hope his next visit to his doctor, his tumor markers come back, right? Some nonsense. And I was like, that's a person that, you work in medicine, just even saying that, right? How are you on here wishing that my tumor has come back? It's this, that, and the third. Because I'm a cancer survivor, gang. I'm proud of that. 10 years. 10-year survivor. But I don't go out here looking for pity. I go out here and speak my piece, right? But when the last one happened, when the last viral thing was when your boy, the bubble bath rapper, it came out that OVO was in arrears. They had a loan that they had they defaulted on the loan. And me and others reported on that. And it got pretty big, right? It became pretty we were contesting a lot that was going on, right? There was a lot of things said, and a lot of people were in the comments, and it was a very big deal what we were going back and forth about. And I went back and forth with a couple YouTubers, J. Buck and others, right? About the initial content or context of the loans. And we were having a debate through videos, right? End of the day, right? End of the day. So it got to the point I got real deep into that lawsuit because Roebuck made a video questioning everything I said and saying that basically we didn't know what we were talking about. We were going off emotion. So I said, oh, really? Okay. So then I went and made a follow-up video. And I said, not only did they have one loan, they had about 6 loans. All of them for the brand of OVO was up for grabs, because if they defaulted on these loans, they were going to lose. Technically, they had some promissory notes saying that if they didn't pay these loans, they were going to lose the brand. It was just a fact. The clothing brand, which by the way is way more profitable, 10 times more profitable than the music label. All right, let's just stay focused. This was facts. When I really dug into that loan, oh yeah, it was that they put up the logo, everything to get these loans, right? Roman and Saint, that's the babies. Tell them I say hi. They put up everything to get these loans, right? And when they got these loans, they defaulted on them. They were supposed to pay them back. So this was big news, right? And I'm calling J. Roebuck Drake's accountant from now on, going forward. J. Roebuck Drake's accountant. So he made his video, I made mine. And I think, I'm just going to be honest, mine was better because I got a little deeper and I figured out a lot more things, because in his video, he tried to make it sound like selling 50% of your company is a good thing. Oh yeah, it was insanity, gang. So I say all that to say during that time, it was a flurry of back and forth, a flurry of information. And your boy, it got so scary for them. Flacco, Roebuck, and others try to take me down, gang. It was crazy. Even What's the Dirt came out with a video trying to take your boy off the map. He had me as the first. He made a video about how Kendrick is one of the biggest proponents of hate in hip hop history, and people like me were a product of that hate. And he had me the first video he showed. Now, What's the Dirt has a very big following, gang, believe it or not, because he started out doing documentaries, so people jumped on for that, right? But What's the Dirt had me first as one of the hateful patrons of that Kendrick syndrome, right? Oh, gang, it was crazy. They were trying to get me. Oh yeah, it was a whole little tag team, and people that watch this channel started making going back through my old videos and finding clips, clipping me up. Oh, this you, this, that, and the third. Oh yeah, gang, it was a full on attack on Twitter. But I told you they only live on Twitter. They only live on Twitter, gang. It's like a roach motel. They only live on Twitter. They can't. The roaches check in. They don't check out. They stay there. So every time I go on Twitter, I know what I'm getting. I don't stay on there that much no more. It's been a while. I don't really be on there. I say all that to say this. That period of time, low key, is draining. Keep it a buck with you. It's draining. When you got that much hate and anger, and most of that hate come from what we would call bots. Not thinking, man. I know a lot of hardworking, honest, God-fearing, for lack of a better word, men and women that they like Drake's music and they're okay. They're good people. They can have a conversation with you. They can even see the other side of this, right? They can even see the other side. You can even have a conversation with them, low key to a degree. It's like to a limit, right? You can only go, but you get 5 minutes. We could do it. It's the other ones, gang. It's the other ones you got to worry about. So I say all that to say this. I try to fall back. I said after that, all that exchange with the loan and the default, and it's not that got so heavy. I said, you know what? I'm gonna chill out, because I usually post my videos, like clips of my videos. They getting so worked up and mad about my videos. They're sharing. They don't understand. Sharing my videos promotes me, guys. I don't know if you know this. Sharing my videos promotes me. The biggest promoters of me on X is Drake fans, right? Let me just say that. Oh yeah, they push me. They push my videos up into the thousands. Gang, they don't understand this, right? They don't understand this. Now, I said, you know what? I'm not even going to put my clips. I'll post some stuff about, if I do a video about it, I'll post it. I'll get out of there, right? I said, I'm going to chill out. Gang, I'm going somewhere with this, right? I'm going somewhere. So I was like, I'm going to get out. I'm going to just mind my business for a little while. I'm going to let the flames, I'm going to let them fizzle out. So I've been chilling for about a month or so. I'll post something here and there, but I don't, gang, I know how to kick the hornet's nest. I know exactly what to write. I can do it right now. Get 50,000 views, 1,000 comments. I know exactly what to write. So I said, Charles, I'm not going to kick the hornet's nest. My equipment messing up. They sending all kind of vibes, all kind of voodoo and shit. I get it, right? So let me chill out, right? Let me chill out and just do your content, but don't antagonize. Don't kick the hornet's nest. Give yourself a break, right? Fast forward. I'm on a break. I'm on a chill out. And I had to block a couple of them because they do, some of the stuff is too far, right? Some of the stuff too far. And it's like, all right, you going out to people's family and this, that, and the third. When you go out to my family, I'm going to block you. It is what it is. So they go a little too far. I'm telling you, these are the worst fans these are the worst fans you will ever see. No, there's no fan base worse than this. None. It's you can't have no opinion. Because if you have an opinion, you're hating. And if you're hating, you deserve to die. Gang, this is what it is. So I chilled out. I fell back. Right? I even stopped responding. Right? I even stopped responding. Like it take a lot to get me this. I'll get 1,000 comments before I respond to one. Because it's like I'd rather ram my head into the wall. Y'all remember that show, He-Man? Right? He-Man had a there was a character on there. His name was Ram or something. He rammed his head in the wall. I'd rather be him for 10 days straight. Ram my head in the wall. Didn't talk to these guys. So I started responding. Right? Can't respond to them. You get it go in circles. They eggheads, gang. They slow bus. They slow bus with a flat. They slow bus riders that got the bus got a flat. Okay? End of the day. We just talking, guys, just me and you, just having a conversation. So I'm on my little break. I'm just like, I'm not going to tag. I'm just going to do my work. I got to do my work. So fast forward, gang. It don't matter what the clip is about. Because if they remember you, remember your face, they coming, right? So I'm used to that. I laugh at it. A lot of it is funny. But they so ridiculous that they don't have original. So if one of them get an original joke, like homeboy, he made he took my picture and put a Bojangles uniform. Gang, it was funny as hell. I told her, I said, gang, I ain't gonna lie, that's funny. He put me in a Bojangles shirt with a Bojangles hat. I was laughing, right? But then for 2 months straight, other ones pick it up and come back with then it's not funny no more. Right? It's slow bus shit. It's like, gang, y'all getting redundant. Like, it was funny 2 months ago. Right? It's weird. It's weird. So I'm on my little sabbatical chilling. I post here and there, but I'm not kicking the hornet's nest. Right? They still time for time come for me, this, and that, third. That's fine. I can handle that. So I post a video. I posted a video yesterday. Mind you, I don't have many interactions with these guys. They still come on my post. I ignore them. I post the J. Cole video. Has nothing to do with Drake. It's not even about Drake. I put that J. Cole ignored Rory and Maul. It has nothing to do with Drake. J. Cole went to the Barclays Center. He did his show, and he ignored Rory and Maul. End of story. Wasn't nothing to do. Gang, do you know dude come in my comments? He come in my comments and goes, oh, nigga, you ain't getting no engagement. I told you. I told you, you don't talk about Drake. You don't get no engagement. Da. Give it up, retire. Starts talking all this stupid, silly shit. I'm like, first of all, I'm sitting here like, bro, this ain't even about Drake, which is whatever, but at least makes sense. He said, no likes, right? I'm like, these guys so brain dead that they don't see that there's a link there. I can't tell them. I don't want them to make their way over. I don't want them to escape Twitter. I can't tell them there's a link to click to go to YouTube where I got 40,000 subscribers, right? The same video that he sees on Twitter that he's claiming has no engagement, got 4,000 views over here on Twitter. He don't know that. I mean, not on Twitter, it's on YouTube. On YouTube, it got 4,000 views. Over there on Twitter, 0, because it's Twitter. And it's just a link. It's not going to show you the view. I'm sitting there like, gang, it's deranged. It's slow bus with a flat tire. Right? It's insanity. And I'm sitting there at this point like, I can't even take this no more. These guys so dumb, they don't even understand the process of a link to something else. And I don't want to tell them. I don't want to tell them because I don't want them creeping over here. But I'm sitting there like, dog, these got to be the dumbest. And I've been seeing dumb shit for 2 years straight. I told you. I said, okay, Cole got smart fans. Those fans, they tough to tangle with. When Cole came back, I was like, okay, you're dealing with these Cole fans. They difficult because they'll turn your words around on you before you know it. You be questioning everything you think. But the Drake fans is like a hammer and a nail. Gang, they bang their heads on nail. Gang, I'm talking about the bots on Twitter. The weirdos. They believe everything. They believe everything. And defend this guy tooth and nail with absolutely no evidence. It doesn't matter. And I'm sitting here like, bro, we got to talk about this because you're doing a great service by not responding. But at the end of the day, we are seeing in hip hop one of the worst fan bases become dumber and dumber. It's becoming absolutely asinine to watch. Let's start with the for lack of a better word, the Glazers, the top Glazer generals in this army, academics, Maul, what's the dirt, right? And now we throwing J. Roebuck, Drake's accountant in there. Let's talk about this. At a moment's notice, they got to jump out of bed and defend any nonsense. At a moment's notice, they got to be ready. Sir, yes, sir. I told you, they do these Zoom calls in the morning and get all of their stuff straight. Remember when they was doing them Zoom calls when Kendrick was on tour, one of the greatest tours in history, a stadium tour, right? A stadium tour every single morning. They ran out with the marching orders to make that show look bad. And they tried to tell us the show was flopping. 8 a.m., you betcha, they was already posting something from the night before. Some egghead goes in the stadium before the show starts, pans around the stadium, right? Left to right, pans around the stadium, gets to the empty seats that are behind the stage, right? And starts to try to show that the place is empty. Hasn't started yet. Salute the quality in the building. I appreciate you. Hasn't started yet. But guess what they got? It's 8 a.m. in the morning, 9:30. The video of him panning left to right. The opening act ain't even start. Or they get smarter. They'll go to the opening act. Remember the one, was it Mexico? One of the ones where the opening act was it was some like a Spanish act. And they were performing. People still sitting down. Wasn't even Kendrick on the stage. They panned around the stadium. Sold out, huh? Right? 9:15, 9:30 in the morning. Everybody that went to the show is sleeping. Right? So by noon, 12:30, people wake up, start posting pictures of the real show. Right? Start posting pictures of the real show. Guess what? Sold out. Not a seat in the house. But from 8:30, 9 o'clock, all the way to 12:30, 1 o'clock, they done told the whole internet that the show was a flop. Right? The show was a flop, didn't sell out. Don't go to the next one because it ain't going to be nobody there. The Don with the super chat. When the F Drake going to announce and cancel that Iceman tour? We're going to get to that. I was at the GNX show. It was lit, fully lit. But every morning, they would say, yo, look at all the empty seats. Drizzy would never. Drizzy did 80 shows. Right? Every morning I saw them by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at the latest. You'll start getting posts showing the opposite. Yet again, the stadium flooded out. But they don't care because they just start again the next morning. These are his fans. They're marching orders. You can't have a hip-hop conversation with them. You can't talk to them, gang. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about nuance. They don't care about hip-hop. And the top general glazers, salute the quality, they at the forefront. Sir, yes, sir. Who was the first one? Gang, I'm just talking to you. Gang, listen, we just going to talk tonight. Ain't no concept. This is just a conversation. We just talking. Top General Glazer Mall. What did he do last year? He said, Drake going to do FIFA World Cup. He don't need the Super Bowl. He turned down the Super Bowl 3 times. He don't need that shit. You crazy? I was on the phone with Drizzy last night. We was laughing at Dot. Drake could have did that. He could have been did that. This is the top General Glazer telling you a full-on lie. Because what the NFL say? NFL came out immediately. They said, listen, Drake has never before or formally or informally been offered the Super Bowl in any capacity. We've never offered it to him. Now, they're not going to put themselves on the line and have him come out with receipts, right? Like Malice just did when they tried to say he stole a hot dog. Come out with receipts. So the NFL immediately debunked that. Now, what did we end up seeing? We end up seeing Shakira and a whole lot of other people at the FIFA World Cup, gang. I didn't see Drake. I don't think that he was there, gang. I mean, he was there. He lost $1 million. Was it $1 million or $5 million? I don't know what he bet, but he bet a lot of money. And that team, guess what happened? Messi went home as a full mess because they lost. Right? Andy Pandy said Elliott Wilson lied too. It's some next level nonsense. These are the worst. Even the generals are awful. Let's talk about the generals. Let's get to that. Let's talk about What's the Dirt. What's the Dirt has tangled with me several times. What's the Dirt has blocked me on Twitter. He finally blocked me. Let's talk about What's the Dirt. When What's the Dirt realized he can glaze on that side and get get more followers and fans just by being on that side of the fence, oh yeah, he went all in. He went all in. He went so far in, he became a #1 promoter over there. Around that time of episode 3, oh yeah, What's the Dirt was admittedly spending all day making flyers and videos promoting Iceman episode 3. At that point, he was full in, gang. Full in. Oh yeah, I remember I made video about it laughing at him. Because you know what happened? He learned that, oh yeah, they be lying. It's an awful fan base with an awful, from the top down, it's awful. What's the Dirt made a video saying, yeah, tune in tonight, gang. Oh man, listen, this episode 3, they got a surprise for you. They got a surprise for you guys. Tonight, I have it on good authority that tonight at the end of episode 3, there will be a surprise drop of music. They told What's the Dirt this. It's a fact. He tried to scrub it from the internet, but it is a fact. Somebody in Drake's camp high up, right? Somebody very high up, because he was 100% in. Told him that they were going to drop music. He thought they were going to drop the whole album. But he initially said at least they're going to be a diss record. It's supposed to be some kind of diss record or something about that. Something major was going to happen at episode 3. I don't know if y'all remember this. And there was a very popular Stan page too that reported this, and they got chewed up too. Because what happened, gang, What's the Dirt was none too pleased to find out that he sat there and watched, I don't know how long episode 3 was, gang. Snooze fest. Awful. And he sat there and watched that fake avant-garde shit from where they I don't know if that one was in, I don't remember where they filmed episode 3. God awful. And sat there and goddamn Cashapp couldn't even sit there slamming shit down. I just thought it's terrible. What's the Dirt watched that whole shit and they started getting closer to the end. And he waiting for this release that's supposed to happen. Guess what? I guess they decided, yeah, we're going to hold off on that. Because they did not drop, there was no Kendrick record and it wasn't no Iceman record. They thought they were supposed to drop something. All he got was Doghouse featuring Yeet. He got Doghouse featuring Yeet and Julia Wolf. And he was none too pleased with that. Well, how Myron, what's Myron from Fit and Fresh or Fresh and Fit? Again! And he slamming shit. Yeah, that was What's the Dirt that night. Because What's the Dirt was legit mad. I never seen a Canadian mad, never. And What's the Dirt was huffing and puffing. He was, oh yeah, he was heated. And you know what What's the Dirt said that night, gang? Oh yeah, I remember because I did a video on it, laughing. He said, I will never report on Drake's dropping anything ever again. He said this, gang, is documented. It's video footage. They try to scrub it, but he was pissed. He was pissed. And he said he was done reporting news on Drake. This is all facts. Now, they must have called him and schmoozed it over because a day and a half later, he was all smiles and giddy gumdrop and going back to making videos for Drake. Now, he wasn't doing no more promo videos and no more flyers. I can promise you that. And he never again, I'm going to be honest, he has not released any inside information and put his name on it because, gang, they tore his ass up for 24 hours straight. Oh, yeah, them Drake fans, they don't play about that. They don't play about Drizzy, the boy. Oh, they tore What's the Dirt ass up for 24 hours straight. They could turn the comments off and everything. Like, it was crazy. Lit his ass up. And Canadians ain't, they can't handle that shit. They really good people. I love Canada. They're not used to that kind of aggression. I can't remember. It was another page. Somebody could tell me what the other page was, but it was 2 pages that reported that there was going to be a drop at the end of episode 3. And that second page, they got in their ass so bad. They said, it's your fault that he didn't drop. You did something wrong. This is all facts. Oh yeah, they was heated. They was pissed. And What's the Dirt took it on the chin. He was so upset. I don't know what maybe they sent them something, right? And wasn't What's the Dirt and Academics front row. They ran out the top generals when Drake bought that fake Tupac chain. Gang, we gonna be here for a while. It is what it is. They created me, gang, on Twitter. They brought me back out, and I don't mind. I don't mind, right? They brought me back out. I've been trying to chill, but we here. Remember when he bought that fake Tupac chain? Oh yeah, it had the chain and the medallion. People started lining up the pictures. First person came out in defense of it was What's the Dirt. First person came out was What's the Dirt. Obviously a fake, gang. Obviously a fake. They lining up the picture with Tupac. They going side by side. They got, this is Pac on the set of the America's Most Wanted. This is the chain that all be broke. Gang, it was obviously fake. Guess what What's the Dirt did, guys? I can't make this shit up. These are the worst fans because they don't use logic. Guess what What's the Dirt did when Drake bought that fake Tupac chain, try to flex it? He said, I got confirmation that the chain is real because the jeweler said so. I got on an exclusive interview with the jeweler, and he assured me that this chain is 100% authentic. Well, guess who they called? After everybody had already realized, gang, that chain fugazi than a motherfucker. They got your ass. You better go get your money back. They called the guy who gave out the chains. Death Row chains were only given out by one man named Suge Knight. Allegedly, Death Row chains were only approved and handed out by Suge Knight. And Suge Knight said, that don't look like one of the chains I was giving out. In the time frame that he supposedly said it was Tupac's chain, Tupac didn't even have a chain yet. Gang, it was nonsense. It was nonsense. They got Drake in some off-brand ass country. What was Amsterdam? Somewhere he was at chilling, and her homeboy said, "Let me talk to you." You know, these motherfuckers. When you go to the grocery store, shit, is a nigga out there. He got a tray of gold chains and rings. What you want? $30, $40. You're like, no. How much you got? I'll give you both of these for $40. Both of them. And the medallion. And then you know what? I'll throw the ring into that nigga. That jewelry guy in front of the shop, right? Selling jewelry. Oh yeah. That's the dude that rolled up on him in Amsterdam, wherever it was. Rolled up on him with the chain and the medallion. Supposed to be Tupac's Jesus piece or so, or the cross, whatever it was, supposed to be Tupac's. They called Suge Knight. Guess what Suge Knight said? Yeah, that's not it. And guess what? What's the Dirt, gang? They ran What's the Dirt out there so fast he couldn't even get his mind right. He ran out there. It's like running on the beach at Normandy. The first dude ran off the ship. Yeah, that was him. Got shot all up. And looked like a fool out here because people like myself, this probably around the time he blocked me, people like myself was on him. We were like, gang, you cannot be serious. You ran out here and running cover. You're taking all these shots for this guy for a clearly fake chain. He tried to flex, and the homeboy wasn't even talking about it no more. He flexed the chain one time, went on about his way. Never addressed it. He said academics and What's the Dirt out here, right? Flunkies. Memphis said the chain he brought from the dude in the middle of the mall. Flunkies. These guys have lost so much credibility, it's not even funny. And guess who likes what they have to say? These bots. These eggheads on Twitter. The nonsense. Gang, let me explain to you some more nonsense that this is the fan base that believes nonsense like the one that I just told you with the loans. Oh yeah, Drake's attorney. I'm sorry, Drake's accountant, Jay Roebuck. Oh yeah, they try to tell us that they paid off the loans early, and we don't know what we're talking about. How can you pay the loan off early when it's already you're already late? You're already late. But they try to tell us, they ran the Drake's accountant out there to tell us that the loan was paid off early. He paid the principal. You can't pay the principal on a loan that you already defaulted on. But they ran out in defense of this. And this is the nonsense that these fans, stands, glazers, and generals all have to run out and abide by. When I went on my Twitter yesterday, two days ago, another one of these slow bus, short bus, flat tire, he goes, retweets my thing and goes, I legit can't stand this ninja. Retweets my thing. My thing had nothing to do. This wasn't even the same one. This was a different guy. Because somehow, okay, this thing with J. Cole, when I wrote this thing about J. Cole, ignored Rory and Maul, somehow that got into the Drake zeitgeist. I thought they was, I don't even know if they cool with J. Cole or not. I don't know what's going on. But somehow they came out, I don't know, maybe they're defending Cole now. I thought they were mad at Cole last I checked. But somehow they decided to defend J. Cole for the last 2 days. Well, against me, right? So he goes, retweets my thing, and writes, I legit can't stand this ninja. Right? At least he didn't call me a nigga, he said ninja. And I'm sitting here like, dog, first of all, this ain't even about Drake. Right? Second of all, you don't know me to not stand me, right? He really said, hey, I hate this nigga. Like, I hate him. Second of all. Third of all, I'm actively not even engaging with you, and you still taking a post that has nothing to do with you or him, and you're trying to insert me into some nonsense. Somehow, some way it got into the zeitgeist, and all these Drake guys, Homeboy came back with the Bojangles. It just was crazy, right? So I'm sitting there like, I'm minding my business, and you're still coming for me, but it's not even, it's illogical. At least wait till I do it. Let me do a Drake video. Come in when I do that. Let me do that. You're coming here for a J. Cole video. Right? Ain't y'all mad at Maul? You should be excited that I'm mad at Maul. Ain't y'all mad at this mad at J. Cole? You should be excited about something that's non-threatening to your guy. So I'm sitting here like, gang, I can't even relax. I try to chill, and they still coming. They still coming. My thing is, I like good jokes. If y'all gonna if y'all gonna make some good jokes, let's have them. Don't retweet me, be like, I hate this nigga. Like, what? What we doing? Okay. Okay. End of the day. Right? Now, what I did, I sit there and I'm watching this, and I didn't really, I don't think I responded to that homeboy. But the other homeboy I did respond to. I ended up blocking him because when he said all the stuff about old head, you need to retire this, 9 and 3rd, I said, you're dumb, gang. I don't understand that you really know. I said, out of all the slow bus people, you're on the slowest bus. Right? I didn't tell him why. I said, you might be the dumbest person I've ever seen on here because you really don't understand that there's a link right there that'll show you where to go. But you're sitting here saying, you ain't getting no engagement on Twitter. Pack it up, old head, da da da. And I'm like, okay, let's at least get some good. Like, I want somebody that I could like You know what I mean? Like let's get some back and forth. Like we can't even have a good snapping session because you're not even doing nothing original. It's not funny. I'm like, I'd rather have somebody that is on my level. We can have a conversation. You got to be intelligent, but at least give me your reasons. Like, let me know what the problem is. Like, we don't even know. Like, okay, you know, like I said, this, that, and the third. Nope, nigga, like this. Oh, hey, get the fuck out of here, retire. I'm like, let's if we gonna have these back and forths, engage. Let me engage. Let me have something to work with. It's like, nah, these niggas just dumb, right? So I'm sitting here like, I really can't even chill. They still coming. They still coming, gang. And it's not even original. I'm like, I want to be challenged. I want to be challenged. I want to be able to come up with something funny with you. No. They blunt instruments, gang. The slow bus is parked in the 7-Eleven parking lot and it's staying there. It's staying there, gang. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sitting here like, look at the leadership. It starts at the top. Do you guys know, and I'm gonna say the story again. There was a video of a guy, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, a guy in, I believe it was Toronto. He goes, somebody starts playing Kendrick. They're out at some type of festival or something. I don't remember what it was. Somebody with a pretty nice Bluetooth speaker. I told you the speaker, $200-$300 speaker. Homeboy here's Not Like Us or whatever, insert whatever Kendrick song. He goes, well, fuck this Kendrick shit. We don't play this shit around here. Grabs homeboy speaker, one of them big ass speakers you get from BJ's, bam, slams it. Slam it on the ground. One of the ones with the lights and all this shit. Slams it, bang, right? Your boy, Drake, clicks like. Leadership starts at the top, guys. Couch Potato with the jewels. I appreciate you. Whoever ran the jewels, I appreciate you. Imagine if, let's say this. If Obama saw somebody go and slam his opponent's, let's say Trump or whoever you want to say, speaker on the ground and Obama clicks like. Do you understand that is inciting riots and chaos? That means you're encouraging it. You are encouraging violence, my G. He clicked like, guys. You know how I know? Because his Twitter, his Twitter and his Instagram, I believe they call it Champagne Poppy. And somebody screenshotted it and put the red liner around it. They circled it. That Champagne Poppy liked the post. Salute to El Chapo for the jewels. Right? He clicked like. Now, I don't think he saw the next video because they caught up with homeboy, stomped the crap out of him. 7, 8 of them. Beat the dog mess out of him. Beat the cat food out of his ears. I don't know if Drake saw that video, but that one happened too. Now, in a leadership role, you cannot incite violence. But your boy decides to go and click like on a video of violence in his name. That is violence in his name. Homeboy didn't throw that speaker on the ground for somebody else. He threw it on the ground for him. And that's telling his fans, these knuckleheads, these slow busters, that's telling them, okay, or short busters, that's telling them, oh, snap, I want to get his attention. Let me slam somebody's speaker. Let me punch a K-Dot fan in the head. It's inciting violence. And as a leader, you don't want to do that. But this is what your boy does. Clicks like on a lot of miscellaneous things that lead to his team of short busters acting like they act. Right? End of the day, this fan base could not be more ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's insane. This dude Dot don't even be online no more, gang. Imagine if he was. It would just be nonstop. Just these guys would be. It wouldn't even be fun. It's not fun, gang. These guys. Let me explain to you how awful as a fan base. A$AP Rocky, and I said this morning. Why are they beefing? When Don't Be Dumb came out, when they was just promoting Don't Be Dumb, when it first was announced, these guys went on a rampage of disrespect. That whole side, that whole little OVO move, disrespect towards A$AP Rocky's album. When he announced it, they came out the woodwork, running all through the Roach Motel, acting crazy, trying to get people to think that this album was trash, hadn't even heard it yet, calling it garbage, trying to discourage people from playing it, right? And the Don said, Riri is why they beefing. But listen, let me ask that again. Why are they beefing? Over a girl that admittedly has nothing, has no desire to be with you or revisit whatever you guys had. And people be in my comments all the time, Challz, they weren't together. Challz, stop saying that. They wasn't his girl. She openly said she was never his girlfriend. Challz, stop saying that. Stop saying that, Challz. You're saying that this girl. And Rihanna said she wasn't his girl. So then I ask you even more. I ask you an even better question. If it wasn't his girl, then why is he mad at A$AP Rocky? And why are his fans taking on that energy? And why were they tearing down everything about Don't Be Dumb? When they announced the numbers of what it did the first week, they went on, ha, ha, they was having a blast, which I never understood. Because a lot of these people that they laugh at are independent artists who are going to get way more dollars off their records. A lot of them. I don't know if A$AP Rocky is independent, but a lot of these people are independent, right? They can go on a tour and pack it out and live life. Hip-hop is about just living your life and doing to your level. Beth Pointer with the jewels. People finding out how to run those jewels. They figuring it out. I think it's at the bottom. Chapo running jewels. Couch potatoes. I think it's at the bottom. Appreciate all jewels. All right. So I'm like, why are they happy that A$AP Rocky only sold X amount? Which was he sold a good amount of records. Let me go back and let me go back. What was his? Let me see. Let me see what he sold. Let me see, because I don't remember. All right, so I remember it being good. Yeah, Don't Be Dumb did numbers. It did 123. But what had happened was they had did a prediction, right? They had did a prediction, and the prediction wasn't really that great. So they started clapping their hands and stomping their feet, calling it a flop, right? Didn't flop, guys. I don't know if you know, it didn't flop. 123,000 equivalent album units. Oh, that's a pretty good day. Gonna be honest. The streaming units was 76,000. Pure album sales was 47,000. Oh yeah. And remember when Rocky dropped that first video? What was the first video where he was in that? Was it Punk Rocky, something like that? I personally thought the video was cool. I know a lot of you was like, Challz, come on. Like, a lot of you wasn't ready for that kind of music. A lot of you wasn't ready. I get it. You weren't ready. I said it's different. I like it. A lot of you were like, Challz, I'll just wait for the next one. A lot of you was, yeah. A lot of you was acting funny. Water in my cup. HTTR running Jules. Phoenix Black running Jules. Run the Jules. Appreciate you guys. running the jewels. So I don't understand why they were celebrating, but they were clowning that first single, right? I remember seeing, I think it was Kirko or somebody posted it. Oh man, they were in the comments, gang. You know how they get. You know how they get. They were in the comments trashing that thing. They were killing that single. And I get it, it's different. I get it, it's different. But he's reaching a different market, gang. He's going for a different sound, and he got there. He got there because the tour is sold out. The tour is sold out, if I'm not mistaken, and the record did 123,000 first week. That's an astronomical first week compared to these other rappers. What Rick Ross do? Okay, that's an astronaut. There's only a handful of rappers that can even do that. So it was great. Toast God with the jewels, running jewels. All right. So I don't understand why this Rihanna thing is still a thing. I don't understand it. Right? She was never your girl, but you still beefing. And quiet is kept. Somebody in the chat told me that they both messed with the same two women. Was it his baby mom? They both messed with her too, something like that. That shouldn't have nothing to do with it either. So again, I asked the question. Yes, you're still hurt over Rihanna. Well, all of us got the one that got away, right? We all got the one that got away. We're not making songs about her. We're not still dissing her and her man, right? Some of you gonna say, Charles, ASAP threw subs. I think ASAP last time he spoke on it, he said he was confused that he ended up catching subs from Drizzy. He said they used to be cool till he got with Riri. He said he couldn't understand why he started catching strays. So it wasn't him, guys. Tell me in the chat, am I bugging out? It wasn't Rocky throwing the subs. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong, please. Last I remember, it was the boy throwing subs first over a girl that he didn't get. That's middle school stuff, guys. And I get it. Guys are eternally jealous, but you don't gotta. When you're at this level of a game, when you're at this high in the game, we can't be middle schoolers. We can't. Sorry, can't be middle schoolers over the girl we didn't get, the one that got away. Can't keep dissing the guy over that. But they are, and what Rocky, he sat down with academics and tried to talk some sense in academics when he did that promotional tour for Don't Be Dumb. Sat down with the #1 glazer. Guess what he tried to tell academics? Stop glazing, guy. He told academics last year, he said, listen, earlier this year, I believe, sorry. He said, bro, just get back to the music. You don't have to be on one side or the other. He said, just get back to breaking music. And I don't remember academic breaking a whole lot of music, I'm gonna be honest. He broke some stuff, right? But he wasn't the go-to guy for music like that. But he tried to appeal to his inner morality. He said, listen, act. Look at me. Look at my eyes. Just talk to me. I know you want to look over there at the camera because you think Drake watching. Just talk to me. Look at me. He said, act. You don't gotta be on one side or the other. It's a bad look. He tried to plead to him. He said, just get back to the music. Be more neutral. Academic's never gonna be neutral. He didn't get there being neutral. He the second in command after Maul. We all know Maul got a higher rank than academics, right? Let me see what Harley said. Drake tried to kiss Riri on stage and she dissed him in front of the world. The child in Drake is pissed. I believe that. I believe that. I believe some of that is a get back. Some of that is a get back and a retaliation as many times as he can. And you know how he retaliates with words. He retaliates with subs. It's been working, right? What everybody do? They ran out to listen to Iceman to hear the subs, the disses. And then it had a 60% drop after everybody heard it. I just did a video that the same 10 weeks that GNX had, they mashed it up with the 10 weeks of Iceman and Gang. GNX has surpassed that thing for the same time frame. So it's already melting. It's already melting, gang. And that's because it's mostly disses with a lot of filler. Just gonna be honest. He dropped 2 records that stalled out, Hibbity Bibbity and Maid of Honor. They stalled out. They don't want to count him against his record, but they do count. they're literally 2 flops back to back. They do count. Sorry. Just it is what it is. When you drop 3 records, 2 of them might not go. How Benny the Butcher say, everybody can't go. So I'm watching these guys brag. Drake's accountant and all these other guys brag when that thing dropped. Oh, man, they had big Kool-Aid smiles. Kool-Aid smiles, gang. You know how when you used to make Kool-Aid and you pour all that sugar in there? You get a bag, a pound bag of sugar. You pour half a pound in that Kool-Aid. When your mom lets you make it, she don't know what you did. Oh, yeah. And you taste that spoon. Ooh, Kool-Aid smile. Sometimes you mix 2 packs together. I'm gonna put red and green. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid smiles, gang. They had big Kool-Aid smiles when this thing did 463. 463. Oh yeah. They forgot the other 2. They forgot the other 2. They want us to forget the other 2. Nah. And you know what the Drake fans told me when I reminded them about them other 2? Oh man, they was so mad. When they was on Twitter, I did a video. I said, oh yeah, they want to forget about the other 2 that was dropped that nobody's listening to. They want us to forget about that. They want us to forget about Hibbity Bibbity and Maid of Honor. They want us to forget about that Sexy Red song, right? They want us to forget about that. They want us to forget that they spent $15 million on promo. GNX was a surprise drop. And 10 weeks later, GNX got more numbers. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Couch Potato said grape and cherry mixed is slamming. That's them Kool-Aid mix, like when you mix Slurpees in the 7-Eleven. Guys, I try to stay out of this, but they drag me back in. I try to stay out of this. They drag me back in. They go and attack me when I'm not even trying to attack them. They come for me anyway. Guys, that's like what they call kicking a hornet's nest. Leave the hornets alone. They're not bothering nobody. They're not bothering nobody. Leave them alone. I've been chilling. CNI, what's good? Sherry Ann, I see you. Dundale, I see you. Crowned. Don. I've been chilling, gang. Guess what they did? They creep into my comment section and they kick hornet's nest. I've been good. I've been good. These dudes, they coming in, they wishing death on me, all kind of shit, gang. So I said, you know what we're going to do tonight? We're going to sting a little bit just to remind these niggas. This is why Flacco and this is why Drake's accountant and What's the Dirt and all these MF has been doing hit pieces on me because they want me to stop doing this. They want me to stop doing this, right? The way they paid academics to shut up when Lil Baby did his, dropped his album, they want me to stop doing this, right? So this is what it is. This is what it is. They try to stop me talking about, oh, you predicted that Iceman was going to do 150, right? I'm that guy, Flacco, Poetic Flacco, got 400-something thousand followers, does a video on me, right? Legit, it's still there, gang. He saw J Roebuck video on me and he decided to hop on. But in the video, guess what Flacco say? I don't know the YouTuber. Flacco goes, I don't know this YouTuber, But he's washed up because he predicted that Drake was going to do 150 with Iceman. How stupid. And then he goes, he's doing videos in his car. So wouldn't you think that when he realized he was wrong, he would just go back to his car and just own up, fess up and say, you know what, I was wrong. But Drake didn't do 150. Gang, I'm going to explain this again to you because they this is what they do. They want me out of here, but I'm not going nowhere. Right? And I try to lay off of him. I try to lay low, like my man Nate Dogg say, right? Right? It was November of last year. October, November. We had just saw a horrible run. Episode 1, 2, and 3 were being, I'm not going to say universally panned, right? But because some people enjoyed it, right? The robots, the Glazers, which is fine. It had no artistic value, gang. It's gonna be honest. To me, it was slow, boring. So we had to sit. I ain't sit through it. I skipped through it, right? But 1, 2, and 3 episodes 1, 2, and 3. We had just seen that. We saw 100 gigs upon your head top come and go. He dropped 100 gigs, right? He dropped you had to be a member of the Drake thing and you had to get the password and go get the 100 gigs, right? Remember that? Wasn't nobody really talking about that. Then he tried to put a few songs up on Plot Twist. His Finsta. What UMG did? Gated him, took him down. He was heated. That's when he was in full-on war with them, right? I'm recapping you because I'm telling you what happened when I said 152.25. I said it was going to do 152.25 back in November of 2025. I'm telling you what was going on at the time. We had just saw 3 of the worst episodes we'd ever seen, and every song that went on the episodes, the next one did even worse. We started it out with What Did I Miss? It did moderate. Then he did Which One? I told you they was arguing about he shouldn't even have did it. I was in that OVO group and I saw them arguing amongst each other that they wasn't sure that was the song, right? Meow Me Mix running with the Jewels. I appreciate you running those Jewels, right? So they did Which One with Central C, didn't quite land. The third video was episode 3, and that's when he quit the ice. He took the ice truck and he quit, and this, that, and the third, drove off in the truck, whatever, right? And in that video, we got Doghouse with Yeet and Julia Wolf. Well, that flopped bad, the worst flop of his career. And at that point, I did a video. Which I talk about hip-hop, gang. I talk about a lot of shit. That's one of their complaints. You always talk about Drake. I talk about a lot of shit. I talk about a lot of people. Dame Dash. I talk about a lot of people. Jay-Z. I just did 3 videos on 38 Special. My biggest video of this month right now that we're in right now, the month that they claiming that I talk nothing about Drake is a video about Post Malone. I did a video that we don't want Post Malone back. That's my biggest video of the month. But they claim all I talk about is Drake, right? But in this particular video, I said, as I was talking, and I think the video was about J. Cole or something else. But I don't remember what the video was about. But I remember saying, if he dropped Iceman, surprise drop Iceman right now today, it was going to do 152.25 because he was ice cold. You got to understand, it was a different time. Back in November, he was ice cold. Had he dropped a surprise drop, which was the question, I said a surprise drop right now in November 2025 going to be 152.25, surprise drop, right? Then, as things started to heat up and he spent $15 million, he lit up the CN Tower. He put that big block. He put 350 tons of ice on the ground in Toronto. They licking it, this, that, and the third. As he started to build up, he had a lot of bots out here changing narratives. It was a lot going on. As that started to transpire, I saw a shift. I said, oh, things are changing. The message that they're trying to get is getting out there because I can feel the shift. I can see what they're saying online. There's a lot of people starting to feed into it. Homeboy achieved what he's been trying to do for the last 2 years. He gave it enough time. They put out a lot of misinformation and information and things that they wanted people to know. They swung the needle. They swung the narrative, and it started to feel like, okay, it's safe for him to come back outside. Had a lot of YouTubers saying, we want Drake back outside. It started to look a little conspicuous, right? Lil Baby took a picture. I took a side. By the time it got to when they announced the release date, they had already changed the narrative. And by then, when I went on Company Man's Culture United, I said, it's going to do 450. I had changed that, right? Because a lot of things had changed from October, November 2025 all the way to May of 2026. They had done a lot of work. They had done a lot of spinning narratives and things was changing. So then when that thing dropped and it got to 460, which is, I said 450, J. Robach, aka Drake's accountant, came out with a video saying the Drake bots have, this is their worst day ever, because I mean the K bots the worst day ever, and they're nonsense narratives. He went back to a video that was 6 months old, gang. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Drake's accountant went back to a video that was 6 months old and clipped me up, made a video. Flacco took the video and ran with it. So at that point, they were trying to get me out of here, and they were trying to embarrass me. Well, I said, well, shit, I love it. If you like it, I love it. So I came, went back, made a response video to Flacco and this guy, right? So at the end of the day, it just was what it was. It's what YouTube is. We supposed to have retorts and comments about each other's work and have things put back into context. So for a time, it was good. It was fun. It was whatever. I don't care. It's whatever. I'm sitting here like, you got a channel of 300,000 people at the time, 350, and you're going to put me on there? Go for it, right? And they was in the comments. They was having a blast, laughing, this, that, and the third, which is means shit to me. I don't care, right? End of the day, I'm sitting there like, you guys are actually promoting me with this nonsense. So have at it. Make more videos about me. You're not taking me out because, first of all, what needs to be, what is understood don't need to be said. Most of the people agree with what I be saying on this channel. That's why my numbers are going up. That's why people want to hear what I got to say. So I'm really not worried about what Flacco did. All you did was push me to more people. Gang, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Let me get the Couch Potatoes super chat. Drake album smell like unclean chitlins when you play them. God damn. Damn, Couch. What we doing? What we doing? I don't even think they eat chitlins in Canada. Salute to Sassy with the jewels. I appreciate you with them jewels. Did I miss any more jewels? So end of the day, right? I'm seeing these guys being led by some of the most nonsense, and rest assured, Flacco is 100% a Drake bot. He every single day he goes on there and tries to low key discredit Kendrick to a degree and go after Drake. I think the only thing he came out and even lightly criticized Drake. It was about a week or two ago. I can't remember something. He was criticizing Drake fans. He wasn't even criticizing Drake. So everything they do over there, he's fine with. He's good with it. So 100%, 100% out to destroy anybody that's not on their side, right? So let me see. If Chapo said Flacco pays for barely legal box. Hey, listen, it is what it is. And when I did my response video, I left a lot of stuff out. I said, listen, it can get deeper, but I'm going to leave a lot of stuff out because it's really not good over there on that side for him to be making videos about anybody. Salute the equals for the Jews, running them Jews, that GOAT trophy. I like it. I like it, right? Journey said he's ice cold. That album is frozen and not moving anywhere. They want us to believe that it's fire. Gang, they're celebrating right now. That's why they kind of quiet. They're kind of quiet because they're just sitting back because they feel like they won. I told you last week, I said they feel like they won. They feel like they won, but let's be honest. You got one hit out of the 3 albums. And that one, he dropped 18 videos. Gang, the guy spent $15 million out of his own pocket. $15 million. And that's just on the stuff we can see, right? That's just on the stuff we can see. Toast guard with the jewels. All right? Let me see what else going on. Tanya said, I cannot stand that, Flacco. Gang, the simple fact of the matter is what we're seeing is these guys actually feel like they won. This thing came out, and I'm not even going to get into bots, this, that, and the third. We just saw the lawsuits get dropped. Gang, we know what's going on. We know what's going on. Can't prove it. We can't prove it. That's why they're dropping all these lawsuits. Can't prove that it's being bots, but we know what we're seeing. 97% of the sales are streams. Gang, 97% of the sales are streams. Right? I don't even go around saying bots because I don't even got the time to waste to try to prove it. I don't waste my time with it. But we know what's going on. We know what's going on. I don't think no artist gets 97% of their sales streams, gang. Correct me if I'm wrong. You just sat there. I just sat there and told you that A$AP Rocky had 47,000 pure sales. He had let me see. The album was initially projected to cross the 200,000 units because the pre-release campaign cited over 130,000 physical orders, but only 45 of those traditional pure sales qualified and counted under official tracking parameters for opening week. Right? So even he got stifled to a degree. But at the end of the day, right, Harley, you're right. They try to push Janice hard. So what it is what they had to figure out. They had to revamp, right? They had to revamp and restructure everything to the organic, right? I'm going to say organic because they didn't know what song they was going to push off. That's why you didn't get a single. Just dropped it. They let the people decide that it was supposed to be Janice, right? They let the people decide. So his fans picked Janice. They didn't choose it. So they had to get everybody. They dropped all 3 albums and saw what's going to stick. And people was kind of saying they liked the Sexy Red one, low-key, his fans. But they really was like, we don't know about that Run to Atlanta and that Sexy Red one, but we really think that the Janice one can go. They really wanted Shebang to be the one from that side, the top guys. But they said they had to listen to their own fans, and their own fans was like, gang, I see this shit online. I got to see it. I saw them in real time. His own fans decided that Janice was the one. I saw it. It was not a decision. They from the top guys. They let them get the album, and then the fans came out talking about, yo, Janice, dude, is the one. I see these groups. I see it all day. So they restructured the focus, and they made everybody let's stop streaming Hibbity Bibbity. Stop streaming that. I don't press play on that. Don't play that no more. Don't play Hibbity Bibbity. Don't play Maid of Honor. Fuck that Sexy Red song. Go play Janice. I even saw one girl and went viral. They tried to say this wasn't real. But one girl wrote, gang, and I don't know if it's real or not. Could be anything. But she said, I'm tired of playing Janice. I want to play something else. Because the marching orders was played at. She wanted to play another album. You got to understand what kind of fan base you dealing with. They relentless, gang. You got to stay on your P's and Q's. No, you will use your Spotify as told. Shebang, Janice. Janice, Shebang. That's it. We don't care who got a new record out. We do not care. No. Absolutely not. Shebang, Janice, Janice, Shebang. Back and forth. Make a playlist. I saw it in real time. So they started focusing on Janice. And it got the radio playing everything that they were saying it wasn't going to get. They had a ready-made excuse. Well, if it don't do the numbers, then it's because the UMG is blacklisting it. They're blackballing them, and they won't pay promo. They won't do this, then that. Then when they got the numbers, yeah, he the boy. I told you. It's going to go both ways. No matter what happens, they're going to have an excuse. If it flop, then it's UMG. If it succeed, then it's him. He only get the credit when it wins. It's everybody else's fault when it don't. Right? Gang, it's wild to see. And that comes from the top. All kind of narratives, this, that, and the third. We're seeing in real time that they shift and flow with what's going on. They don't have no accountability. They'll make up a story, and it'll be whatever it is, and it is what it is. Right? We just heard them say that Drizzy paid for everything, all the promo for this thing. But yeah, somehow, some way, it magically got radio. That's the label. At one point, it was the fastest. Janice was allegedly the fastest growing song on radio at one point. So UMG it did do something, okay? It did something. End of the day. Your boy dropped 18 videos on the same day. What radio station is going to pick the song out of that? It's so much going on, gang. He dropped a video for every song on there. One of the videos, gang, I can't make this shit up. One of the videos is just an explosion from different angles. Remember they had that explosion in Toronto? They didn't know where it's coming from. One of the videos is just an explosion in different angles. The whole video. Made 18 videos. Probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It's wild. And fans ate it up. They ate it up. It's crazy. And like the people keep saying in my comments, why is there no tour? What's going on? This is when you're supposed to be out here for your fans. You're supposed to be setting up. Maybe I'm sure they're setting up something. But it's getting a little cold to not be announcing something. Touring in the winter going to be tough. Just going to keep it a buck. Yeah, you can do it, but why would you when you could have just already started your tour? It's not a good idea to plan a tour unless you're going to try to do a tour next year. It's going to start getting cold soon. And yeah, people will come out, but it's easier to get them out when it's warm. Yeah, they're going to come out, but they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed. Right? End of the day. And seeing I say, forget the tour, where are the interviews? He really don't do interviews like that no more. I'm sure his fans are asking the same questions. But they don't even care. They just want this music gang. I keep telling you, they don't care about nothing but them numbers. They got the numbers they wanted. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. He don't got to do nothing else for 2 years. They got the numbers. They can go to sleep at night now. It's the weirdest fan base. Our side, no, we want a tour. We want merch. We want you out here. We want to hear your voice. We want to hear what you got to say. We want to see you on stage. We got a different mind state about this hip-hop stuff. Don't just drop an album and don't come out and show us. We need to see you. They're not begging for, they're not like online saying, what's up with this tour, gang? Like, what? I don't see nobody saying that because they only wanted to win with this Iceman numbers. That's all they mattered. That's all that mattered. They're in my comments constantly. Give it up, old man. He won. You lost. First of all, I ain't win or lose. It ain't my shit. Ain't my album. Ain't yours either. Hey, neither one of us. Well, I don't know why you celebrating. I'm sitting here looking at gang. I'm looking at grown men. It's the saddest part about it, guys. Grown men literally told me in my comments. He said, drop the location so we can fight. He literally, a grown man wants to find me, wants me to tell him where I'm at so he can come and run the fade. Grown man, gang. He wants to run the fade because I have an opinion about Drizzy. These are awful people, guys. It's awful. And the simple fact of the matter is, you won't get anything. At best, you might get a like on the post. You're getting nothing from it. You're getting absolutely nothing from running fades for this guy. That's how psycho these short bus guys are at this point in time, right? It is insanity. Handel said now his propaganda machine is heading towards Gunn working on his next album. And right now, we are seeing some of our veterans are leaning that way. I'm just gonna be honest. We do see quite a few veterans. I think they respect the money, right? And the favors. A lot of these guys are looking for favors, gang. We just saw the whole Dipset sided with him, right? The whole Dipset. We saw Conway is very let's say it, pro Drake. He went on a Jim Jones show and they both had a conversation. They both was kind of like very I'm not gonna say anti-Dot, but they was pro Drake. And a lot of them want to nullify the battle. They want to nullify what happened in it. Okay? We see a lot of our legends. We saw there's a couple other rappers, big name rappers, The Game, right? 50 Cent. They like this guy. Right? They like him. And this is just, it is what it is. So you're going to see people of that ilk go out and say, good things about him. I really 100% think 50 coached him in that battle, gang. I think 50 coached him in that battle. You remember there were quite a few quotes by 50 during the height of that battle, public quotes, where he was trying to sway opinion. I think he coached him. Remember when you wouldn't touch, they wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole? That's why they started the 20v1 narrative, because nobody would say a word in his defense. I think the first person that said a word in his defense was 50 Cent. Right? He'll be all right. I think that they were talking in that battle, because they was the ones, it seemed like, had the most communication when the dude was at his lowest. So yeah, there are people in this thing too, right? There are people inside the culture already that are a bigger elk, right? That's going to lean that way. So that's going to always be there. It's going to always be there. That's why Dot say a lot of you hate the West. I learned that some of you don't like the West Coast, and that's fine. It's a lot of rappers, a lot of East Coast rappers. I don't know why, right? Who else had that? Joe Budden leaned to him, and low key. Willie Gillian Wallow, right? Gillian Wallow, aka Willie and Gallo, they like him. So yeah, he got his the defenders. He got his defenders. They're there too, right? They're part of this. It is what it is, right? Can't say they can't defend him. It is what it is. But when we peel back the layers, I'm sitting here like, why? Like I said, there are a couple. I told you my brother-in-law loves him. Me and my brother-in-law, we got a great relationship. The less we talk about Drake, the better. He loves him, right? And Dowdy's right, Lupe. There are some pretty logical Drake defenders, even though my brother-in-law gets a little saucy too. He gets really saucy about Drake when we get to talking. He victimizes him too. He thinks he's a victim. When I just seen him, he said that look at what Jay tried to do to him. So but there are some people that can have the conversation. But for the most part, when I see you bugging out, going crazy, wishing death on me and this, that, and the third, and other people, I think you have screws loose to even be a fan of this guy. And when I start saying the culture, they started to destroy that. They tried to destroy that word culture. We know that we saw What's the Dirt constantly talking about the culture, but in a negative way, a lot of them. When we start talking about the culture, I'm like, culturally, why in what world do you go out of your way? You want to fist fight for this guy? I need it to make sense culturally. If you claim to be a proponent of this culture, what would make you go out here and think you want to knuckle up for this guy? And let's talk about Lupe, who's a self-proclaimed lyrical like genius. Why is he out here trying to pander for a guy who has ghostwriters and this, that, and the third? Culturally. Stealing songs allegedly, this, that, and the third. The Don said bag fuel is trash. Lupe looked bad this year. It was crazy. End of the day. So I'm like, culturally, why would you do that? Why would you actually want to defend a man that culturally, when we're talking about hip hop heads, we can't even put him in the same category as some of the greats? We can't even have a conversation. End of the day. Let me see what's going on. Kendrick is the GOAT. Now, serious late. He said the bubble bath rapper. The brother-in-law. Yeah, he's a big fan. I'm surrounded by a lot of Drake fans, gang. I'm just going to be honest. But it's fine. Nicole said, What's the Dirt shouldn't even be speaking about our culture because he's not part of it. That's a fact. That's one of the things I tell him all the time. That's why he blocked me. That's why he makes these videos about me and don't let me respond. Right? Primetime said grown-ass men in their 40s and 50s are going to war for Drake. That is a fact. And it's one thing, let's say, counter comment. They're gonna say, well, you guys go to war for Dot. Well, not necessarily going to war for Dot. I speak for the culture. And Kendrick does too. So when they line up, when culturally things line up, I tell you all the time, I only speak about things that's going to matter to the culture, good, bad, or indifferent. And when someone goes against the culture, I'm going to have an opinion. We saw I got blocked by Jay-Z fan pages because I'm one of the guys who speaks his mind, and I am really I always talk about Jay-Z in a positive light for the most part. But when he said what he said against the culture, I took it personal and I came out swinging. And therefore, it got a lot of people to look at me sideways. Because I speak my mind on the culture. And when I start talking about Drake, it's not personal, it's the culture, culturally. I don't like that you beat up your ghostwriters. I don't like that. That's just me. I'm just not that guy. I don't like that you called your lawyers after you lost a rap battle. That's just me. I don't agree with that. I'm going to keep it a buck. Right? Team Dog say, what about D Fran? Does he count as pro Drake? I don't think he does. He's absolutely pro Drake. I talked to D Fran. We have a good rapport, right? We have a good rapport, but D Fran is 100%. It's not even close. His content has got a little. He realizes, gang. I keep telling you, you can't be pro Drake on YouTube and survive. It doesn't work. It's only a few slots for them people, and it ain't that many. So it's only about a handful, probably 5 could do that. So D Fran is starting to change his content up and be a little more hip hop. What I do over here, I talk hip hop. Drake comes up, talk about it. I move on to something. I just told you I did 38 special. I talk about hip hop all the time. I don't just sit and talk about one thing. But when you do stuff that is an abomination to the culture, I'm going to be the first one to come out the woodwork and say, hey, we don't sue for rap battles. We don't do that. We don't diss guys for dating our ex. We don't do that. Right? We don't beat up the ghostwriters. We don't pay for bots. We don't do nonsense. Just a lot of nonsense. Just my opinion. We don't throw a lot of subs. We don't play victim. Right? We don't throw rocks, hide our hands. It's just different. We got to have a certain kind of decorum when it comes to hip hop, right? It's a cultural thing, and when people do cultural things, they go against the culture, we're gonna speak out on it, right? Dry snitching and shit like that is weird. Do you guys know that lawsuit was dry snitching on a whole lot of people? The lawsuit was full of dry snitching. Dry snitch on Spotify, dry snitched on UMG, a whole lot of dry snitching. End of the day, it's making it worse. It's making it tough for regular rappers' lyrics now. You got to be careful what you're saying about a rap now because of that lawsuit. That's not hip hop. That's why we have issues. That's why I talk about this the way I do, because it's not hip hop. It's nothing personal against the bubble bath rapper. But that's what these guys take it as. They take it as an attack on themselves. They see themselves in him. That's why they get so mad, want to fight. Weird. And when Punch said something about the presidents in the tweet, what's the dirt guy jumped in? Yeah, it's a lot of nonsense going on. But gang, listen, it's clear to see that side has absolutely no decorum when it comes to this online space. They're the ones who made it weird like this. I'm going to be honest. These are the ones that'll turn around and say you made it weird when they were the ones I told you when I first saw how crazy it is. Was when they came out and tried to downplay To Pimp a Butterfly. It was all Drake fans in the comments. When that album first dropped, Twitter been around 20 years, guys. I don't know if you know that. It's been around a long time. And when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I saw a ton of Drake fans coming out of the woodwork disrespecting that album. I didn't understand. I wasn't savvy yet. I didn't know that Drake fans had a problem with Kendrick like that at that time. I wasn't tapped in on Twitter like that. I told you I went on Twitter, just a butterfly in the wind. Didn't know, dude. Oh, let me go see what they saying about this great new piece of artwork. This is a phenomenal record. Let me go see what people. Let me go see what like-minded people in the hip hop space. Right, I'm on Black Twitter. Let me go see. I went on Twitter to read these amazing comments about To Pimp a Butterfly. Oh no, it was bad, gang. They was no, they was not happy. They was calling it trash. Everything else. Sleepy, ain't no records on here. Where the hits? Da, da, da. Oh yeah, they started this toxic shit. And when Jay came out last year, earlier this year, talking about I don't like what you guys did to Drake. Right? He said, he was talking about he was talking about stand-up. He was talking about the stands in bots, quote unquote, on Twitter who were attacking Drake for this, that, and the third. Well, Jay don't remember who really started all this. It wasn't K-Dot fans. I tell you all the time, K-Dot fans, we were the kids that just went to school and was trying to get straight A's. We didn't even know nothing about all the rough stuff that was going on in the world until the world got rough. And we like, shit, oh, what the hell? And we had to adapt. They was talking us so long that we went, goddamn, wait a minute, right? We started defending ourselves. And this is what happens when you defend yourself against the bully. Sooner or later, the bully gonna point at you and say, look what he's doing to me. The bully gonna come the victim. And what they did was reverse the narrative and made us the aggressors. People like me and others who blindly went into them message boards and chats and this, that, and the third, expecting to hear just hip-hop conversations and seeing people trashing shit because they like the other guy. We never, listen, gang, in hip-hop, when I was growing up, we listened to everything. Even if that rapper didn't like that rapper, we listened to both rappers and judged them equally. Now you're gonna diss the shit for it even drop. That's how bad it's got with the way these fans are. The fans of this guy, they made it where they're giving trash can emojis for the goddamn preview. They'll post a flyer for the upcoming of the joint, and they'll put trash can emojis. This been going on for years. And I blame that fan base. I blame it 100%. We've seen it. And then people start defending. The number one thing, what they say, oh, I thought you guys didn't care about numbers, right? When they've been terrorizing us with this numbers conversation since fucking what record? What we talking about, right? If you're reading this, one of them old ass records, they've been terrorizing this game talking about numbers since then. And as soon as the numbers don't match they shit, I mean, we start talking, Dot started making real numbers. A real rapper, a conscious rapper that started doing numbers. As soon as we started to say, well, hold up. We actually could do some numbers. Even Cole was doing numbers. It started to change. Oh, thought y'all didn't care about numbers. When Pimp a Butterfly did all them numbers, oh, now y'all care about numbers. They still do the reverse Jedi mind trick shit to this day. Still doing it. When we start talking about GNX numbers, oh, thought y'all didn't care. It's disingenuous, right? And I say it all the time on my page. I don't care about numbers, but you do. So that's why I say this. I say this just to annoy you, right? It hurts you way more than it hurt me. I don't care about numbers. I care about actual music. But I know it annoys you when you lose, right? It annoys you when you lose. So end of the day, right? Toast God said they did the same thing to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That did numbers, gang. The tour did numbers. But they try to minimalize this stuff because of the numbers that the other guy does with a lot of help, gang. With a lot of help. And he sets out to do, most people like Drake when he was just doing organic music. But he changed, he set out to do big records. He wants to be the biggest in the business. When you do that, you start to lose the quality because you're only trying to make hits. Everybody that has an issue with him says that. They say that the albums got progressively worse and I stopped listening. Only the super fans are really into this shit like that at this point. And it's only going to go but so far. Yeah, you're going to get that shock value, that curiosity. Let's see how this shit does in a year. GNX still winning awards, my G. 2 years straight. They tired. They already planning on giving them awards. They trying to figure out how you're going to win the awards for the next year. Right? They complaining. Because when you only make stuff for short-term gratification, that's going to be empty. So the stuff is coming out empty. And yeah, your own super fans, the bots and this, that, and the third, they're going to run with it forever. But you can't sustain that. You cannot sustain that. End of the day. So that's where we are. We're getting mediocre music that they want to have long-term value. That's not going to have any long-term value because it's mediocre. And even when it's good, you worn out so much goodwill. I told you the first song on the album is good. Make them pay. I keep saying that. But you worn out so much goodwill that people don't want to support it. Attack so many other rappers and got in so many beefs that were started by this guy. I just did a video a few days ago. It says Drake is chaos, and we broke down at least 12 to 15 beefs that he was in simultaneously. 12 to 15 beefs. At that point, you're diluting the fan base. Yeah, they'll go in here for the first time. They'll go listen to it, but after a while, they're not going to play it again. And that's where we are. The shit had a 60% drop in like a day. Gang, so you got to understand, it doesn't hit the same. That's why GNX is still, to this day, rolling. Because it is just good music, organically made to just be sound, artistic, have messages, and it's made a certain kind of way. Homeboy's not doing that. B said the trouble began with started from the bottom and mob ties. That's a fact. Gang, this just me and you. I could delete this shit for all we know. I don't know. I just wanted to get in here and just talk to you. Lock in with you, let you know what's going on. These guys they're repetitive, they're repeatedly awful, right? I just scratched the surface. I didn't even get much into how bad these MFers get. But they, like I said, they mostly over there. They mostly over there on X, right? But it's they're degenerates. It's just like you're listening to these guys, wishing all these death threats and this, that, and the third. And it's like even good music can't even stand the test with these guys. Like when the clips drop, instead of just being like, okay, it's a good record, we may be at odds with them low key, but it's a good record. No, they can't. You can't even have conversations about hip hop. I'm talking about the worst of them. I'm not talking about all of them because some of them said Clips was good, right? My brother-in-law, he said Clips is good record. He said, shut up about it. His Clips is good record, right? End of the day, if you're in hip hop and you're jumping out the gate to say, let God sort them out as trash, you haven't even heard it and you're putting trash cans, you're not in this culture. You're not in this culture. So we got to understand what we're up against. We're up against guys who only like a certain guy. They don't like this culture. They only like one guy. They only want to hear one guy speak. They only want to hear one guy's songs. They're not about, you can't have a conversation with them. That's why I don't. You can't, they're gonna assault you, assault your mom, assault your girl. It's all about how mean they can be. It's not even about really, if you ask them, okay, describe some hip hop, tell us what you really like besides that guy. They won't have nothing. They'll know a couple drill rappers probably, and that's about it. So it's like, gang, what we doing? Why are you able to have valid input in what we got going on over here? It don't make any sense for you to be able to open your mouth in this conversation or for us to talk to you. That's it. We're at an impasse with these guys, right? Sarah said Drake in the stands be like, why does everyone hate Drake? Why is everyone backstabbing him? Meanwhile, everyone else is side-eyeing Drake in the stands at the same time. The thing with it is, when you put out this much stuff, at least 15 simultaneous beefs over these past couple years, and that's lowballing. XXXTentacion, Future, Metro, Kendrick, Kanye, it's a bunch of Diddy, right? Diddy had to put hands on him over that beat. It just goes on and on and on. No rapper has this many beefs, gang. Even Jay-Z, is no rapper has this many beefs. There's a problem. And when you start the problem at the top, the bottom gonna be mud. He's at the top, it's already messed up from the top layer. So the bottom's going to be awful. Bunch of bottom feeders, yes men, awful people, lying, right? We see academics literally lies almost every day. He don't look at his lies. He look at it as he's doing his job. You see it long enough, you can name 10 times academics told a bald-faced lie. And then he got academics TV over there running the lies nonstop, full on, all day. He feed the lies to academics TV, and this guy runs with him and makes it even worse. They've had to retract so much shit over there, it's ridiculous. Academics has had to make him go and retract stuff. That's how bad it is. Slander, all kind of shit. The sad thing about it, you can pay them. You can pay academics and academics TV to full-on slander people. It is what it is. Lady said, what it do? DMV in the building. When is Drake getting his Pulitzer Prize? Gang, listen. It's pretty much art versus, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it's art versus commerce. I think it's more over on that side. It's more about selling and moving things that's going to benefit the rich people. The people that already got, they want more. They want another yacht. They want another mansion. It's all about that over there versus Dot, who does have money. He does have a nice house, this, that, and the third, but he actually tries to organically make really good hip hop. And when you see the difference, it's shocking to put up and not put Iceman against GNX. Let's just be honest. The content, the wordplay, the imagery on there, the subject matter, how much of it is not just about Dot. It's not. It's so much subject matter on that GNX that it's not even close. You got one guy complaining on the whole record, and another guy touching on so many different things. It's not even a contest. Gang, I'm tired of these. I'm tired of talking about these guys. Nasir said, "The nerve of you, Dennis." I'm tired of talking about these guys. I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about you. I'm tired of talking about these fools. Listen, head on over to my guys, black-yeti.com. I told you it's just me and you tonight. No real topic, just locking in. Just locking in. That's it. Might delete this shit, who knows? black-yeti.com. Head on over there, let them know who sent you. All right? I got the new merch. This, that, and the third merch. This, that, and the third. Mugs, hats, aprons, dog bandanas, baby clothes, everything. All right? I'll be back tomorrow morning with the This, That, and the Third morning show around 8:15. 8 o'clock, 8:15. All right? Lock in. Also, if you're into hip-hop, no sucker shit, go over here. 4 Hours Ugly Professor. Lock into my guy. I am on this. I am on several songs on this album. Lock into this album right here. It's on all streaming platforms. My guy 4 Hours is a producer and a rapper, but he does more production. No suckers on this shit. It's a good project. Lock in with that, gang. I appreciate you guys rocking. All right. Couch Potato running Jules, Tiff, Miss Tiny, Forbes, Queen B, Tamila, Zero Burn. I'm checking out, gang. I am checking out. Nasir, Lady T, Chapo, Sarah. All right. The Don. Bye, guy. Bye. All right. Who else I'm talking? Prime Time. All right. Did I say Sarah? CNI, No Handle. Main Toe. All right. Nicole. Gang, listen. Just wanted to touch base with you guys and lock in. I appreciate you getting in the chat, running those jewels. I'm about to get out of here. I will be back tomorrow. And there's a lot of summer stuff going on. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I've been at the beach and this, that, and the third. I'm actually going to take a whole trip. I might go back home next week. So a couple days I might not have no videos. All right. But before I go, I'm gonna try to lock in. I'm gonna try to get you guys like 10 videos before I take that trip. All right. So listen, peace. I'm gonna catch y'all out there. Holly Rod, Superfly. All right. I see you. Memphis, I see you. Black Hummingbird, OGT, Crowned K. All right, Sassy. Guys, I'm out of here. The Wild Wild West. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side, gang. I hope I don't cut myself